following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
It's finally Friday, the eve of Halloween. Good morning, Macomb. I'm Emily Manley.
And I'm Mario Calero. Trick-or-treating begins tonight, and the youngsters start dressing up.
That's right, Macomb's official trick-or-treat times are 6 to 8 tonight and Saturday night. Please leave your porch light on if you plan to hand out treats. Also be extra careful while driving through neighborhoods during these evenings.
Police have a message to parents and kids tonight.
Make sure, of course, you always take a look at the candy, make sure that the candy's all safe, that it hasn't been opened. And then, you know, when you're crossing the street, a lot of the costumes, it's kind of hard for the children to see out of. Make sure you help them get across the street.
Now, Macomb police say children are more than twice as likely to be hit by a car and killed on Halloween than any other day of the year. They advise children under the age of 12 to be accompanied by an adult.
Parents, check your kids' candy bags before letting them snack on the treats. Extra officers will be on patrol during these evenings and late night hours.
Our Explorer post went out and handed out Halloween bags with candy and then had safety tips. And then each one of the kids got a red flashy light that they can put there on their costume or carry with them so that it makes it a little bit easier for everyone to see them coming and going.
The Macomb Police Department got into Halloween spirit this week.
The forecast is going to be nice for it too, at least for tonight, right, Emily?
That's right. Tonight you can see partly cloudy. This is when they start going trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treat forecast 53 degrees. Winds will be pretty low, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then, of course, you know, going into tomorrow's trick-or-treat night, you can see about the same, still going to be cloudy, and it is going to be 50 degrees tomorrow. Winds do pick up a little bit. You know, at least it's not going to be raining for the kids. That's the main part. Well,
rain during the day, that's what we were kind of talking about, right?
That is what we're talking about. If we look at the 5-day forecast, though, you can see that we only see some rain tomorrow. I did look right before we went on the show. It's about 60%, but it's mostly going to be during the day. By the time the kids go out to trick-or-treat, we should not have a problem.
Kids and adults alike.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mario. Mario's going to go trick-or-treating, so hopefully you're not too scary and scare the little kids off.
You know, it doesn't take much for me.
Oh, yeah, I know. Macomb Police posted these pictures on our Facebook page of the visit. Excuse me, their Facebook page of the visit. They spent about an hour yesterday putting together more than 600 treat bags for the Lincoln School students. The treat bags included Halloween safety tips, a blinking button light, and a small amount of candy. Barker says that he hopes to see the children flashing their lights around the town.
And for some kid-friendly frights, Sarah and Brad Payne are the masterminds behind this haunted garage in Good Hope. The Haunted House of Pain is free to the public, and they ask for any non-perishable food donations for the local food pantry. You guys went.
It was awesome. I got to see everybody scared, and I loved every minute of it. The fun includes Halloween sounds, lights, and special effects that make the garage a family-friendly scare. The event takes place for 2 nights this month. That's it. So you want to make sure that you can get there. For more information, you can visit their Facebook page, Good Hope Haunted House.
And even more family-friendly festivities await in the city of Macomb.
That's right. The annual Hornfield Campus Corn Maze ends this weekend.
Now, this maze is located at Hornfield Campus, and it's just south of Macomb. It's $5 a person. Kids under the age of 16, however, must be with a parent or guardian. It's a little scary at night. It's open Friday, 7 to 9 p.m., and Saturday from 1 to 9 p.m. Groups can schedule a visit on the campus by calling 309-298. HORN.
When students move to college, many might not be able to accommodate their pets.
News 3's Billy Cow shows how you can fulfill your pet's needs.
The best place to spend the day with your dog is the dog park located within Macomb's Patton Park. This park has been around since the fall of 2014 and is attracting many dog owners in Macomb.
I discovered the dog park one day when I was Googling places I could take my dog in Macomb.
Some owners do not have the space at home to accommodate all of their dog's needs. The half-acre dog park helps fulfill the needs of their dogs.
I have a small apartment, and she gets kind of crazy in the apartment because she's all by herself. She doesn't have a lot of room to run.
As you can see, dogs love the dog park.
I would recommend bringing your dog to the park. There's a lot of room to run around. The other day when I was here, there was like 10 dogs.
Many student-owned dogs are usually introduced into a completely different environment than they are accustomed to.
We're used to having about 2 acres at home that she can just run on and play on whenever she wants. So it's nice that she can just run around and play here and not be on a leash instead of me having to take her on a short walk or something like that. She gets to get all of her energy out and be a dog.
Billy Kauk reporting from News 3.
News 3 wants to bring you closer to an animal who is in need of a loving home.
That's right. The pet getting the nod from our news staff this week is Ostara. News 3's Emily Kloss got a chance to meet Ostara and hear her story.
This is Ostara. She is 6 months old. She is one of Elida's Easter puppies. She is a little shy and timid at first, but once she gets out of her shell, she is a playful, bouncy, and a happy little girl. Ostara is spayed, microchipped, and up to date on her vaccinations. She is hoping for a home with another dog she can play with. Ostara would be a wonderful addition to a loving family. For News 3, I'm Emily Kloss.
If you would like to adopt Ostara, contact the Epitome Dog Rescue organization. To follow Ostara's story, make sure that you like Epitome Dog Rescue on Facebook.
We've still got a lot more to get to on our morning show this morning.
That's right. Up next, I'm going to sit down with the man behind the scenes of one of the largest and most thorough mock presidential elections on a college campus.
Stay tuned to Good Morning Macomb.
Stories, they happen everywhere. At News 3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
The tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
across the state,
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
My favorite thing about WIU is how much we work as a team. Everyone here has helped immensely, and when we work together, the outcome is amazing. Producing for the newscast, writing for the newscast, going to city council every Monday. It's something that I've learned that it takes a team. There's no such thing as an I. If there's an I, then we know that something's going to go wrong. I really do believe WIU has prepared me for the outside world. I can't wait to see where I end up. I have to thank everyone that has been involved. You know, Jasmine Creighton, she has managed to help me overcome that scary part. And the way that you have a great show is not the content that you have, it's the people who you work with. And here at WIU, I have had a chance to work with some excellent people.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Now from Macomb in high definition. Good Morning Macomb continues.
A vote for Dr. Stein is a vote for hope. It's a vote for the future. It's a vote for our home. It is a vote for you. And you never have to question that.
Welcome back to Good Morning Macomb. Dr. Rick Hardy alongside of Dr. John Hemingway have been leading the mock presidential election since 1975. The MPE students who have participated in these events since 2007 have chosen the winning party with 100% accuracy. Joining me this morning is Dr. Rick Hardy. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Well, thank you, Emily. It's a delight to be here.
Are you still trying to get over this past week?
Well, it's still going on. Actually, we have Monday night to finish up.
That's true. Are you exhausted yet?
Yes, it's been going on, and my wife is going to be very glad when I come back to
I'm sure. Now
normal life.
I'm sure. Now let's get started of where you even got the idea to start a mock presidential election.
All right. Many years ago, long after I even graduated from Western Illinois University, I was a graduate student at the University of Iowa, and that's when I first met Dr. John Hemingway. He wasn't Dr. John, he was a grad student. And we were thrown together more or less to conduct a mock election for a large American government class. And there was a canned session on how to do this, and it didn't work out, so we created our own. And it started there, and that year, our students successfully predicted that Jimmy Carter would be president over Gerald Ford. for historians, that actually happened. And a year before it, and no one really knew who Jimmy Carter was. So I thought we were onto something. I later went to the University of Missouri that's where I spent most of my career, 28 years. And every year I taught big mass lecture classes, 500 to 1,000 students sometimes. And to get the students engaged, I started using that for my classes, and it just expanded. And so when I came back to Western after I finished my career at University of Missouri, I met John Hemingway, of all things. He was back here. So we decided, let's try it. And everybody thought we were crazy, and I still think we are. So that's how it started.
Now, what do you think that it does for all the students? I mean, the involvement of all these students running the campaigns, it's amazing.
Well, it's a daunting task. You have to, it depends on who the leaders are. Emily, our job is to set the framework and set the rules for engagement, and then start plugging in the right students at the right places. And a lot of times they volunteer, and the success depends upon the quality of the students. And I must say, this year's students have been the highest quality I've ever seen.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
What all goes in behind the scenes that we don't see? How do they become the campaign managers, and who do you pick that wants to be that?
Well, we started with a Telestars advertisement last year, and some students came forward. And then at the beginning of the year, I urged students in the Honors College, but anyone else, you didn't have to be in the Honors College, as long as you enjoyed politics or maybe debating issues, come forward. And so we started gathering those students together, and they started forming teams. And Michael Quigley, who is the student member on the Board of Trustees, works in the Honors College. He was very instrumental in helping organize that for us.
Now, we're in week 2. We just finished week 2.
That's right.
Now, has anything surprised you so far?
It all surprises me. On the Democratic side, I thought probably Hillary Clinton going in would probably win the nomination, but Bernie Sanders has a great deal of appeal to the college students. And on the Republican side, it was there's so many of them, it's hard to say which one would win. But Jeb Bush has emerged. That's kind of a surprise. And then last night, the Greens selected Jill Stein to be their presidential standard bearer. That's really not a surprise. She was actually here on campus 4 years ago. And on the Libertarian side, the students selected, it might be a surprise, they selected Mr. Lex Green, not a Green, but a Libertarian. And he's the state party chair of Illinois and has run for governor. So it should be an interesting combination.
Now, on Monday night, it's the students that are voting for,
right.
And how do you get those students to decide who they vote for?
Well, that's their choice. We will present, each candidate will present, or each campaign will present its candidate. We also will provide every student with 4 different platforms. The platforms written by the Greens, the Libertarians, the Democrats, and Republicans. They'll have a chance to compare and contrast their positions and listen to campaign speeches. And then students have been assigned by classes. Mostly these will be University 100 students, but a whole group of other students from other classes will be making a decision as though they were voters. And whoever wins the most vote in each state will win the Electoral College vote.
I want to thank you for joining me, and I know I'm looking forward to Monday night. I can only imagine what you're going for, but you can follow the mock election by our Facebook page and
That's
your
right.
Facebook page, and make sure that you use the hashtag WIUMPE. And we were using some of the tweets that were brought to us while on the desk Monday night, so I'm very excited for you.
And you're doing a great job, and I've enjoyed your coverage.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Hardy. And who was really behind the World Series TV blackout? You might want to stay tuned to Good Morning Tacoma just to find out.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change.
Let's go! To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Ghosts and witches won't be the only thing you'll see in the sky on Halloween night.
Get to the fallout shelters. It's an unexpected asteroid that'll be flying by Earth closer than any other since 2006. NASA says it believed to be 300 to 600 meters, and it'll be traveling at about 78,000 miles an hour.
It will be more than 300,000 miles away, but there's no need to worry. Scientists say it poses no threat to Earth, so you can still enjoy going outdoors to look. But for treats, but don't worry, there's no threats.
You know, then why are we talking about this?
Because it's exciting. I want to see an asteroid, don't you?
Well, I mean, there's no fun in that.
I guess. But if you were watching one of the World Series games, especially on Tuesday, you saw the fiasco that Fox lost power to their trucks.
You know, they ended up delaying the game for more than 5 minutes, but Fox ended up airing the international feed to cover their mistake.
We just received footage from behind the scenes at the TV compound that night. Take a look.
Here.
Chase was behind it. Others said Johnny from Airplane might have just pulled the plug.
One user commented on a post saying he was overheard the big screen generator semis on the compound simply ran out of fuel. Now, I know Mario would never do that. Mario.
No, you got to put fuel in. That's the most important thing. You got to have an extra tank. It's going to need a little bit more than some AA's and 9 volts to power that thing.
That's right.
Just saying. All right, so maybe nobody on the Fox crew could save the trucks from a power outage, but this one cameraman might have saved a fan's life. Take a look at this. This happened earlier this year in a Padres game. A fan goes for a foul ball and just falls over the balcony. There's a brave cameraman, uses his long lens and just pins him right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at all the fans trying to pull him out. You know he wasn't thinking. And they've been talking about the safety at ballparks. There's been fans falling, but it's incredible video.
That's right. You know, Mario, you would save a man's life too if you were on the camera.
Some people like to call me a nice guy, and I like to agree with them.
Yeah, I'll be nice. I'm on camera. Now on to New to the Queue, the segment where we review the latest additions to Netflix streaming service.
This week we're reviewing the Walt Disney Short Films collection.
The collection features a dozen Disney shorts ranging from 5 to 8 minutes each. Viewers can look forward to animations like Frozen Fever, Liszt, and Lorenzo, which were nominated for Best Animation Short in 2004. The shorts are introduced by creators and production staff, and you'll also be treated to a roundtable discussion hosted by comedian TJ Miller from Big Hero 6. This is the first time these shorts are compiled into one easy-to-watch collection, which runs an hour and a half long. The funny part is, I remember those, like from 2004. I remember watching those. I feel kind of old.
You ask me anything about movies, I haven't even seen Star Wars. Now it's part of the Disney collection. So if you want to watch part of the Walt Disney collection on the Animation Studios Short Films collection, they're a must-see for any and all Disney fanatics. The assortment is released on Blu-ray in August, but now it's being added to the Netflix instant streaming queue. That's as of this week.
That's right. It's G-rated and currently sits at 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's what's new to your queue.
Good to see. All right, straight ahead, it's a preview of the Western Illinois University women's basketball season.
News 3's Eric Soutera has the story next.
One day, when the glory comes
What's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all that.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Welcome back to Good Morning Macomb. As the weather gets colder outside, the sports start to move indoors, and Western Hall becomes a popular place for Leatherneck sports fans.
Leatherneck women's basketball is right around the corner, and after going 17-13 last season, there are certain areas this team looks to improve on for the upcoming season.
I'd like us to continue our improvement defensively. We improved a ton last year in our defensive statistics. I'd like to continue to improve on that, and then just have a faster pace of play offensively. I like to transitional more and have a little bit more open space around the basket.
Obviously, shooting, we're going to be shooting a lot of threes, so we got to shoot it well. Rebounding, something that we got to focus on.
Improving the most is on our transition offense and transition defense. I think we are a good running team. Everybody just expects us to shoot the three. But I think if we show that we can run with more than IUPUI or any fast-paced team, I think that will be really beneficial, and especially our defense just shutting teams down from the get-go.
After losing their leading scorer, Ashley Luke, in the offseason, the Leathernecks still retain a strong game plan that will replace that.
I think removing the 5 from the post area, I think that definitely will leave a lot more room for everyone to do backdoor cutting.
I mean, you know, as great of a player as Ashley was, our team got a little one-dimensional around her. So I think we've got a more well-rounded team now, and we'll have a lot more space around the basket, which will open up for dribble attacks and for cutting.
I think, everyone's just got to step up. No one's going to replace her. Everyone's going to do their part to replace different parts of Ashley.
There are 4 newcomers on the Leatherneck team this year that are expected to make a big impact.
Jasmine Patrick is a junior college transfer. She's a 5-year Navy vet, so she's got a little bit of maturity on most of the kids we're going to be playing against, and she's a good athlete down low. And then Taylor Higginbotham, our freshman from Wisconsin, is just a really solid player. Reminds me a lot of Michelle Farrow, who had a good year for us last year. And then Taylor McClintock, who sat out last year, transferred from Missouri, local girl. She can really score it. She'll help us offensively. She's a good, aggressive kid.
I absolutely adore the new girls. They're awesome to play with. Our freshman Taylor's really gotten a hang of everything. It's been very nice having her on. JP is awesome to have too, and the 2 transfers that can't play this year, I wish they could play. But I mean, I think being a senior, we've got very lucky with the girls that we have that did transfer in, and I'm glad that I can be a part of this team this year.
Western has always been known for having a solid 3-point shooting game. Last season, they shot .328 from the 3-point line, and this season, they look to get that average even higher.
Yeah, we're going to shoot a lot of threes this year. So if people thought we shot a lot of threes last year, they're really going to be surprised. Michelle Farrell will get a lot of shots up. I think Emily Clemens will be a little more aggressive with the three-point shot. Taylor Higginbotham really looks to shoot it. And Sophie Reichel, as a forward, can step out and shoot it. And then, of course, you've got our all-time leading three-point shooter, Michelle Maher, who broke that record as a junior out there as well. So we're going to have 5 people on the court a lot of times that can shoot the three.
Yeah, I think a newcomer, Taylor Higginbotham, will be able to shoot some threes. Liz, obviously, from the past couple seasons, she can shoot it. Just overall, I think we're a better three-point shooting team this season, which will be fun.
If you'd like to check out women's basketball, preseason starts tonight in Western Hall against William Woods. Tip-off will be set for 7 p.m. More on the way. You're watching Good Morning Macomb.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Crack yellow.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
There's a new Mario champion of the world, and it's not me. Virginia gamer named Darbian beat the classic, using warp zones, of course, on an original Nintendo Entertainment System in just over a whopping 4 minutes, 57 seconds. This guy's got the record now, just 66 milliseconds faster than the old record, and probably just like Super Mario, this guy is probably still searching for his Princess Peach, since the gamer spent over 3 years and 6,007 attempts just to try and combat this record.
6,000.
That's a lot. I don't think I've done anything 6,000 times.
I don't know, Mario. It's Mario. Now, that was Mario's kicker. Mine's a little more sweet. The saying goes, pick a penny up, and all day long you'll have good luck. One Arkansas man has been picking up and collecting pennies for nearly half a century, and you won't believe the pretty penny he got back.
I started this probably in the late 60s, early 70s. Started putting them in these jugs, to the point that now I have acquired 15 water jugs. It just seemed like it was initiated by the fact that if I would see a penny on the ground, in the hallway, on the floor, or anywhere, I would automatically, invariably say a prayer of thanks. And I said, well, this is God's way of reminding me that I should always be thankful. And there are many occasions when I fail, get up in the mornings and fail to pray. And invariably, I'll see a penny, and it will remind me to pray.
Otha says he would never let anyone just give him the pennies. It would be between him and the man upstairs. The 15 5-gallon water jugs he filled equaled And he says he's going to use the money to pay a dental bill.
That's great. And that's all for us today. For Dan Niederkorn directing, Animal is Unique producing, I'm Mario Calero.
But join us again Monday night for coverage of the final mock presidential election, where we will find out who students predict as the next president of the United States.
Have a good weekend, everybody.